Hello, my name is Dr. Robert Avery. I'm a pediatric neuro-ophthalmologist at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and I'm excited to share with you one of our tools that we have developed in collaboration with Dr. Marius Lingararu's lab at the Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C., along with his colleagues, Dr. Parita and Dr. Zhang. The application I'm going to share with you today is called CAVS-NF1, or Central AI-Enabled Volumetric Service for NF1, and I'm going to show you how you can use our free application, our free web-based application, to segment optic pathway gliomas to get measurements, which are the same measurements we do for clinical studies and in clinical care. So let me share my screen here with you first. Here is the web page that's called nf1.hopeforkids.io. That's HOPE, the number 4, KIDS.io. And you'll see this web page. You'll simply take your MRI image and download it there to the application. These are T1 weighted high resolution images. These are usually the highest resolution MRI sequence that you have for your clinical care. These preferred to be volumetric or isotropic volumetric sequences. They can be with or without contrast enhancement. Once that these images are uploaded to the website, we can start our segmentation. And this segmentation lasts roughly 30 or 40 seconds. As our algorithm that we've developed over the last few years works. And again, I want to acknowledge the National Cancer Institute grant that's listed up here to the left, CA236536, as well as the Gilbert Family Foundation that have funded this project to allow this to be available to all users anywhere across the globe that are interested in segmenting the volume of these NF1 gliomas. Now, why is it important to segment these gliomas? Well, we have shown in prior studies from our laboratory, both in DC and at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, that the volume of the tumor is certainly related to the incidence of vision loss and axonal loss in these children. So as promised, the segmentation finished in about 40 seconds. And the segmentation comes up in 3 views: your axial view, your coronal view, and your sagittal view. You are able to scroll through the different parts of the MRI sequence here on the bottom with that. And some wonderful features of this are how the volume of each individual location, so the right optic nerve in red, the left optic nerve in green, and the blue optic chiasm there that show up. So a couple of interesting features. Not only do you see it light up there, but you see how it's segmented. You see the volume value there below on the bottom as you scroll across there, or as you touch it here. And then the value is right there. Additionally, you can look at the total volume of the anterior visual pathway up here versus the individual pieces of the different parts of the anatomy. So here we see a relatively large optic pathway glioma involving the chiasm as well as both optic nerves. And again, we can scroll down to inferior parts, making sure the segmentation looks accurate. Scroll a little bit higher to see how the machine did and how the automatic segmentation did. And again, looking at it in different views of different ways. And this is a patient that experienced vision loss from their glioma. Now, the other nice thing about this is you'll be able to compare these values to forthcoming publications from our lab, as well as the NF1 OPG natural history study. So you'll be able to compare what those look like from your desktop compared to what are published in the study. So let's download a new application, or excuse me, a new image that I'm just going to simply, again, download here to be segmented, and it's uploading here shortly. And again, this application is online It is HIPAA friendly. So again, you can upload MRIs that are not have any identifiers like patient name or medical record number or their date of birth or anything else like that. Again, it's all simply web-based, where we do not store or obtain any of the data or use any of your data. This is simply for you to use at your site. So again, the segmentation is rolling. We're about 30 seconds here. And again, shortly, typically in about 40 seconds, the new segmentation arrives. And here we go. So now you'll notice that the values are quite different. This is a smaller glioma. You can see parts of the red optic nerve. Again, sometimes they're not contiguous here based on what slice, but let's move the slice up a little bit or move this a little bit more superior to look at the nerve. And here's a good view, again, looking at your left optic nerve, your right optic nerve. Your chiasm isn't in view in this for this view of the axial, but you can certainly see it on the sagittal. And here you'll notice that the volumes of the right optic nerve and left optic nerve are relatively smaller. Same thing with the optic chiasm. And again, your total anterior visual pathway volume, which we previously published, is also relatively small, all associated with a lower frequency of axonal damage and vision loss in kids with NF1 OPGs. So again, I encourage you all to explore our CAVS-NF1 central AI-enabled volumetric service for NF1 at nf1.hopeforkids.io. It's pretty self-explanatory. There will be updates as we move along, as this we're trying to constantly get things better on this. There's also a way to stay informed with updates here with a contact form or emailing Dr. Marius Lingararu at Children's National if you have any other questions or concerns. So that's it for our presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.